Yo, what's up? This is JayDennis with the final JayDennis Podcast of the decade. This is Tuesday, December 31st, 2019, New Year's Eve. And in typical JayDennis Podcast fashion, I will not be uploading this until later in the week. No, I'm in Vegas right now, and I don't have my computer that I upload my podcast from, so this podcast will be going up later in the week. It'll be going up next year. I'll be back Friday, so a couple days late, but it's okay. It's okay. I know the couple of you to listen to this are going to be fine. And it's about 6:30 p.m. I just gave myself a pep talk in the bathroom and just basically stated that this decade of successful mediocrity is about to come to a close. And aside from the fact that time is but an arbitrary construct and that you should not wait until a new year, a new decade, a new month, a new week, or if you're even bold enough, a new day to make your life better, one could say that it is still a symbolic measurement where we can say all these lousy habits and ideas and demons and miscarriages that I've been holding on to for the past since 2010 are being shed. You've heard me talk a bit about the 12-week year. I guess you could say that December was ultimately just a trial run of me figuring it out, and it was both good and bad because I got pretty sick for about half the month, and then I finished off the month being on vacation, so it wasn't really the best first month. So yes, I'm going to restart my 12-week year from January, the following week of January, which is like the 6th, I think, or we'll do Sunday the 5th, and then February and March, and every week is a month because it's 12 weeks, and every day is essentially a week. But my goals are going to be the same with regards to my income, the measurements going into them of how I the lagging indicators that are supposed to lead to the leading indicators, and then me benching 225 and Raptor Riot material and other self-development stuff. So this month was definitely just a trial. It wasn't a whole, I'm going to try it and see how, I meant to go into it full steam, but the shit just did not go how I anticipated. So I'm giving myself the ultimate mulligan and starting over accordingly. But yeah, so we're going to go out on a boat. It's my wife and some family. We're going to go out, have some fun. And then tomorrow, I'm going to get back to the gym, take care of some stuff. And I've already started being productive today, but I've already exercised any last minute bad demons or whatever for the year, and I'm done with it, and I feel a lot better physically, so I should be getting back to the gym pretty easily tomorrow. You know, the first couple days we were here, I was just sleeping for a lot of it because I was feeling like total ass the past week and a half. I just felt terrible. And never really felt like I got the rest because of my home life and the office and other things. But as soon as we got here, I could actually chill for a minute, take a breath. But right now, I'm reading Think and Grow Rich. I've been on a bit of a In Flames tear with regards to what music am I listening to. I was listening to their Colony album and their Clayman album, which I guess are kind of like transition albums between their old melodic death metal stuff to their more modern sounding metalcore stuff that I came up with back in high school. For me, it was the Come Clarity album in high school that really was part of the big metalcore boom of the mid-2000s. So Come Clarity was definitely a huge album for me. But I'm really enjoying some of their older stuff. Also kind of a little bit on a Blink-182 review also. I've forgotten that they put out a good album this year. Revisiting Korn's Nothing album, which is fantastic. After watching that 6-part docuseries on YouTube, again, I knew it was an excellent album, or it was a meaningful album, but just kind of seeing the band go through the recording process and talk about it kind of gave me a more fresh perspective at it. But a big thing I need to improve upon that I've been slacking on the past few months, which is why my business has taken such a shit on itself, is I need to be prospecting new people that are actually motivated. And the ones that I found a while back, they did seem motivated right away, but then they kind of just ended up putting me through the ringer or not picking up the phone when I'd follow up with them. So I need to always be talking to new people. Which is what I'll be doing in the coming days. And I've developed a New Year's script, a couple of other ideas, and I just really have to live every day like it's my last, because getting as behind as I did on my bills, and still am, but I got a little bit of money coming in, and I have another source of income that's going to be producing more money. And I know, I kept saying that even if just a fraction of the opportunities I created materialize, that I'd be okay. So part of me is banking on one of these past opportunities to rear its head come January, but I'm not going to put any stock in it. I'm going to create new opportunities, and I'm actually starting off the new year right off tomorrow by meeting with some familiar people down here, and I'm going to do my best to take a couple of quality applications, which is money, which is good. So just had to really take a hard look at myself and go like, dude, as highly as you think of yourself, are you as much of the shit as you think you are? And I've just been, on some level, I've been busy, but I haven't been productive. And I've been working hard, but I have not been working smart. And one too many times I've succumbed to moments of weakness and just been a lazy piece of shit instead of actually getting the work done that was needed. And if it were up to me, I would just simply be able to afford to have a damn housekeeper so that I wouldn't have to clean my damn house and maintain stuff. So 2019 was by no means a bad year. It wasn't the banner year that I hoped it would be. I didn't come anywhere near the income goal I set for myself. I didn't do nearly as much with Raptor Riot or anything else as I wanted to. But I can't just say, because 2019 is basically the 1999 of my adult life, because there's a 9 at the end. Doesn't mean anything. I can still be nostalgic for the 90s and the 2020s and just not put so much weight on the fact that just because a bunch of my favorite albums from one of my favorite years turned 20, that this was supposed to be a big year. And the fact that I didn't get to play the Raptor Riot song 2019 live and basically recreate a part of Fred Durst's life instead of my own life doesn't mean that it was a bad year. And for context, the song 2019 is heavily inspired by Limp Bizkit's cover of Prince's 1999 song, which came out in 1982, I think. So yeah, part of Raptor Riot's existence is heavily influenced by Limp Bizkit, and there are parts of Fred Durst's story that I would absolutely love to recreate in my own world, but it's my life, and even if some of what I do ends up being influenced by other people that I look up to, that's totally fine, but I can't just completely hang my hat on that. So this may or may not be the very last clip of the decade. I want to thank you guys for riding with me through it since 2016 on this podcast, and subscribing to me on YouTube since 2013, following any of my music since this entire decade. It was 2009 that we actually recorded any of our first music, but that was back in the MySpace days, and you'd be hard-pressed to find any of that stuff now, unless you know me personally. But without getting too generic or too corny, just understand that the growth mindset that I have and my desire, my burning desire to have the highest quality life possible, and basically the requirement at this point to provide for my family, is only getting more amped up and pissed off. And starting now, it's going to materialize into something phenomenal. I can't wait for you guys to see what's going to happen. It doesn't matter that my 20s are almost over. I'm still going to be writing music, and I'm still going to be doing everything that I desire. And nothing, and I mean nothing, will get in my way to living a life of greatness, because I already have a life of greatness. Happy New Year! Or rather, Happy New Year!